Well, good morning. I wanted to share a few things that we have been doing, and the first revolves around our state agency is having WebEx calls more frequently. And of course, we're all in different working situations than we normally would be, some at home, some still going into the office. So it has just helped keep our agency staff together. And during these calls, we have leadership updates from our crew, and it also has informal time so that staff around the state can share what's going on with them or get any assistance that we need as a group. So that's been really helpful. And then of course smaller teams work as well through these meetings. So we have been taking advantage of these virtual meetings. And the one thing I wanted to point out is our budget has been affected, of course, like everyone else's, I'm sure. So within our agency, we have one license for WebEx, which has both the video call option as well as the phone-in option. That phone-in option is so critical. So this one individual can help set calls up for us. And then the same with Microsoft Teams. So all of us have access to Microsoft Teams in terms of having video, but that one individual has a license for phone. So that's kind of one, we can set those meetings up through those two people, kind of helps balance our budget as well. So some tips there. Another thing I wanted to point out is our staff that supports the local conservation districts. We've been having more frequent informal regional staff meetings via video call or via a conference call, and they've been really popular. I think staff out there are kind of hungry to connect with other individuals. A lot of them are working from home or staggering themselves out in the USDA service centers. Another free tool we've been using is freeconferencecall.com. Not all staff have good internet at home, so that's been working well. And then another thing I have discovered during this is IDEA boards. So that's spelled IDEA BOARDZ. And so it's a way to put little flip charts virtually or little sticky notes up in front of everyone, and everyone can access that electronically at the same time. So kind of a cool tool that we've used. And then another item I'll touch on is that our state has adjusted their open door laws, or the right for the public to be at meetings. So during this public health emergency, governing bodies may meet by video conference or by telephone conferencing, as long as a quorum of members participate, and then any meeting is made available to the public and the media. So we've taken advantage of that with our state soil conservation board, really trimmed down the agenda to the most critical items, and then also had the ability for folks to call in. And it did allow some people that normally wouldn't attend those meetings that are in the central area of our state to attend, because it's probably a 3-hour drive for some. So that was kind of a benefit. We got some new folks there. County conservation districts, they've been trying this too. I think they prefer in-person meetings, but they've been pioneers in trying this out. Again, simplifying the agenda, having phone lines for those that don't have internet, etc. And then kind of just a side topic, we've had other state laws that affect the conservation districts, and those requirements have been delayed. So that's been really helpful that has taken place, and we've been taking advantage of that. Kind of just that we require monthly submissions to our state board of accounts, which is a fiscal body, but they have said you don't need to send those in monthly since boards aren't always meeting. And then last, I'd just like to focus on one of the county conservation districts is doing. So this is Warwick County Soil and Water Conservation, and that's in Boonville, Indiana. I included a screenshot in case you want to go check it out, to help you kind of decipher which one it is. But they've been doing some neat stuff because once the pandemic got started. So every day has a theme. So it might be a DIY conservation project. It might be interviewing a conservation district board member. And then each week it has an overall theme. So they've done like soil, water, pollinators, etc. So they started out, they're making 2 posts a day, one for kids and one for adults. and that lasted 3 to 4 weeks, but it was just way too much work to try to film and edit. So they've moved towards daily posts geared towards adults. And then for the kids, they have educational videos. They've also been working with other local agencies to have them do videos and incorporate it if that works. And everything's working a lot better. It's a lot more simplified that way. And overall, they feel like it's a lot of work, but they've also been getting hundreds of views, and this has been used in many different areas they would typically reach. So kind of a benefit to them. And then I forgot to say this earlier, but in order to get access to some of these virtual tools like WebEx or Zoom, budget-wise, we've had a lot of different agencies offer each other, like, hey, we have an account, you can use it. Again, I forgot to mention that earlier. So that's kind of a wrap for me, Ray.
Wow, Laura, you've got some outstanding ideas there, all the way from the state level to the district. And we did get one early on question that I'm just going to go ahead and give to you right now. What was that website where the sticky notes and flip charts that you're using?
It's called Idea Boards. So IDEABOARDZ.
Mm-hmm. Idea
And
board. Mm-hmm.
yes,
And do you remember the platform that it's used?
it's browser based. So you create a link, and then I can pull up an example later if we want to get later at question time. We did one during a staff meeting, but yeah, people can just virtually add their own sticky notes or app. Like if I put something up and if it resonates with you, you can click, I think it's like a little like button. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, a new idea, all because of a virtual webinar I attended.
Isn't that something? Okay. Sharing ideas is going to be what we're going to be about. Thanks, Laura. And stay tuned for more questions coming up.